God for them. From that moment, they took him in. And many times they would supply him with manpower. Remember how they sent Epaphroditus? They sent Epaphroditus to go to meet his needs, to come with needs, with substance, with possessions, with finances to minister to Paul so that he can continue to do what God had called him to do. Paul had his own master quartermaster. He had his own supply base. Many times when Paul would be traveling, he told Philemon, listen, I'm coming by, I'm coming through. Set up a little quarters, a little room for me as I come by, so I can lay my head as I'm passing by. He had those that would provide a place that he could stay to lay his head, to take care of the men of God, and minister to them so that he could get refreshed and then move on to the next city. He had those that would host him when he would come to a city, take care of them, feed him, nurture. He had his quartermaster. So you see, when we talk about those that are on the front lines and those that are at the base camp, those that are sent and those that are senders, when we talk about this concept or this idea or this principle, it's illustrated in the New Testament, not only in the Old Testament, but in the New Testament. Yes. Where Jesus had his suppliers. Paul had his suppliers. Can you say that? Amen. So you'll find that there are those that are on the front and those that must stay behind to guard the supplies and supply those that are on the front lines. Now, many times there's a question, which service is more important? Which service is more important? Some may look at Pastor Rick or others that have to go out and travel different places and preach the gospel and work with leaders and train pastors or whatever. That's more important. Is it really? Is it really? No. Because I would never be able to do what I do if I didn't have a base camp or base church there in the city of San Bernardino, California that is able to take care of some of those needs and supply what is needed to get that job done. Yes. We would have never been able to do what we've been able to do here in this church. In such a short time, in 1 year's time, we have tripled. Yeah. We have sold records. But we would have never been able to do that without a base camp, base church there in the city of San Bernardino, California that was willing to supply finances, supply manpower, amen, and giving to this church to be able to speed up the process. You see how important it is? You need those that are going to go and those that are going to stay. Amen. Those that are sent and those that are the senders. Which one are you? See, even now you got to know. This is why some people fall through the cracks. They keep hitting and missing every time. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what their purpose is. That's why sometimes they go to this church, they go to that church, they go to that, and they never really make it a dent in the kingdom. All right. Because they haven't planted themselves in a base camp, found their place in that base camp, understood their role, their contribution, what God has given to them to be able to supply to that base camp so that church can impact its city, impact its nation, and impact its world. Yes. Because we can do more together. Yes. That's right. If you would lock arms with some church, if you would lock arms with a local body, if you would plug in, get connected, you will be able to do more for the kingdom than by yourself, running around from here. That's right. Doesn't mean God ain't using you. You might be preaching